What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Gripn N Ripn. So today we are out here at a hidden pond. This is truly a hidden gem, okay guys? So the only way you know about this pond is if you're local or you've got really good eyes and you found it on an aerial map, because it is completely tree covered and it's hidden in the woods. So interesting story, it is a state-owned pond now. But from what I understand, about 60 years ago, a gentleman and his wife were gonna build a huge house back here. So we've got these pillars that he put up at the end of the driveway. He had just gotten started. He started digging the pond back there, hit a natural spring. From what I've been told by the locals, the water was like crystal clear blue. So I don't know, but the rumor is that he had a heart attack and they didn't go forward with the process of building the house. So the wife actually gifted this property to the state of Delaware, and I'm telling you right now, unless you're a local, you don't know about this spot. It is awesome. So we're gonna get back there and we're gonna take a look, guys. Alright, so we're down here at the water. This place looks just as nice as the last time I was here. So I came out here back in the summer for maybe 10 minutes, guys. And just scouting the place out. It just looked too nice not to come try it. So we're back here now. So I've been told there are bluegill and bass in here. Don't know about any catfish or anything, but what I was told is when that guy dug this pond, he started at both ends, and it's like 20 feet deep at both ends of this pond. So we're gonna try to get down there deep and see what's lurking. All right, so today we're gonna start things off as small as possible. I've got a small jig head on here and a Sexeee Tail Shad, and it's about 1.5 inches long, and we're gonna throw out something pretty small right now, see if we can get some bites, and then we're gonna work our way up in size. The anticipation on the first cast is always awesome, guys. You just wonder how the day's gonna go. All right, so this little guy is not sinking fast enough. It's also not heavy enough for me to even cast it out there. So I'm gonna cut this one off, put a little bit bigger of a jig head on, and then we're gonna use the same lure where we're gonna cast back out and see if we can get down there to the bottom. If you guys don't have one of these, they are absolutely awesome. It's a line cutter, and they work so easily, and you can hook it right onto your belt, and it's right there for you every time you need it. Alright, so at the end of the last video, I asked you guys about these GoPro batteries and what you guys do about them dying so fast. And I got some feedback in the comments and took some advice from some people. It sounded like good advice. I've actually ordered 3 more batteries because that was ridiculous, guys. I had 3 batteries out there for maybe 3 hours and they all died. And we missed a few hook sets and don't want that to happen. I want you guys to see the fun parts. So what we've got, I ended up buying a Shoemaker jump start pack. It's an electric one, a small electronic one, excuse me, and this thing is light as can be, and it's for V8 engines, so it can definitely handle these small batteries. So I've got a dual battery charger, and so the plan is, while I'm out here fishing, I'm gonna hook up the batteries and let them charge while we fish. So I'm having trouble actually getting out there from this spot. Got some trees up here that are really blocking the angle that I need to cast with something that light. So we're gonna size it up just a bit, and we're gonna slow crawl it on the bottom. We've got a Chasebaits. This is I believe it's a watermelon red flip-flop, and like I said, I can't really seem to get out there. Need a little bit more weight, and this is gonna definitely do that for us. So what I just noticed is this this flip-flop is actually not even sinking to the bottom without a bullet weight. You kind of got to, I guess, Texas rig this thing. She wants to sit right on top of the water and float. So either we're gonna have to really slow play this thing and let it fall to the bottom, or we rig up again and see if we can't throw a bullet weight on there and Texas rig it. I'm gonna give this a chance though. It is winter time, so maybe going slow and just letting this thing flutter to the bottom is the meal ticket here. So my wife doesn't even know this, but she absolutely threw down the gauntlet the other day. I told her I was gonna fish this pond. So she grew up around here, and within walking distance actually. And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna try that pond that your brother showed me earlier this year. And she looked me dead in the eyes, dead in the eyes, and said, even I've caught a fish there, as if I wasn't gonna catch a fish. So that's why we're out here. The challenge has been accepted, and she threw down the gauntlet. So yeah, we couldn't just pass this up. We had to come out here and do it. I made it about halfway through the pond, and just got really thick as far as all the shrubbery and trees, and just couldn't get through. I couldn't cast anymore. So we took the long trek back all the way around the pond, and we were at the other end of the horseshoe. This spot looks phenomenal. You guys probably can't see it, but there's an entire downed tree right here, and I'm trying to cast along the edge of that, see if we can't pull one of them out from underneath of it. It appears to be pretty deep back here, so I would assume there are fish back here. I didn't catch anything at the horseshoe pond, so it's definitely called the horseshoe pond just for its shape, because it was not lucky today. Either that or I just didn't have the luck. So we're gonna head over to the next pond and see if we have some better luck over there. And I just want to go on record and say that this does not mean that my wife is better than me at fishing. Guys, we're out here at the second spot, and I'm already seeing movement in the water, so I'm kind of excited. We've only got about 30 minutes of light left, but there's definitely stuff swimming around in here. So let's get a line out in the water. So funny story about the last place I was at. Came out there and scouted the place out for maybe 10 minutes during the summertime with my brother-in-law. I leave there and I start getting this creepy crawly feeling. You guys know what I'm talking about, that your skin's just crawling all over the place. So, you know, I start looking around and I find a seed tick on one of my legs, and guys, I turn into a contortionist at this point. I am bending all sorts of ways, looking all over. I found 27 seed ticks on me, and if you guys don't know what seed ticks are, they're just a really small deer tick. It's, I think, if I remember correctly, the second stage of a deer tick's life cycle. And what they do, they're hatched, and then they cluster up on the end of branches and twigs and leaves, and they wait for a host to walk by, and they've got their little feelers out, and as something brushes up against the foliage, it grabs a hold of it, and they only hang on. They go to like the warmest parts of your body, and they only hang on for as long as they need you, and then they move on to the next stage of their life cycle, and they actually find a new host, so they let go. But I am telling you guys, that was the worst thing ever. They were awful, and they were, man, it itched for probably 2 straight weeks. It was just ridiculous. They made it all the way up my body. I had bites on my torso. Guys, just if you don't already, when you're out in the woods and it's spring or summertime, carry bug spray. It goes a long way, guys. It helps so much. Just carry bug spray. I came over here to another pond, and we stayed out here for about 40 minutes until the sun went completely down. Guys, I did everything in my power to catch some fish for you today. I got out here around noon, 12 o'clock, and I stayed out until 5:45. So we did everything. I mean, I played it slow. I went small. I used a chatterbait to try to make some flash in the water. We used a small spinnerbait. So we tried to get the reaction bite. We sped that up, slowed that down. We used soft plastics, Chasebaits, crawls. We wacky rigged it. We Texas rigged it. And I'll tell you, I got hung up today more than I ever have. I had to break off probably 5 different lures today, and that pond is going to be amazing in the spring and in the summer, because I'm telling you, there is so much in the water for those fish to hide behind. And that pond's been there over 60 years, and from what I've been told from other people, that they have never been out there during the summer and not caught a fish. So we're definitely going back to that pond, because like I said, just the way it was set up and all the trees laid down in the water, it's gonna be awesome. But I gave it a valiant effort today for you guys, okay? So if you would, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment on the video. I actually got some prices for getting a logo made, and they were all in excess of $200 just to make a logo. So what I did, I mean, YouTube is amazing. I got on YouTube, downloaded Adobe Illustrator, and I took a crash course in Adobe Illustrator, and I made my own logo. And I'm pretty happy with it. But if you guys have any suggestions or anything, let me know, okay? You guys let me know if you want me to make some hats or stickers or anything like that. But that's gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna have to go home and admit to my wife that I couldn't catch a fish where she caught a fish. All right, guys, I'll catch you next time on Gripn N Ripn.